Welcome back. So, this is our Halloween Ends spoiler finale. I'm giving you a big warning right now that if you don't want spoilers for Halloween Ends, you should stop listening now. That's the last warning you'll get because I'm just going to jump ahead and do it. So, picking up basically where we left off last week, I left out something from the screenplay that I shouldn't have and didn't realize until later. So at some point, we meet a deputy character who is Allison's ex-boyfriend, and he is controlling, jealous, and a dickhead, and that's going to be important, so keep it in mind. So we pick back up with Corey, who is fully the main character of this movie now. We basically are just with him all the time. And as you know, he had killed a bum and then went to go see Allison. And we spend a lot of time with him and Allison growing closer and talking about just fucking off the hell out of Haddonfield. Neither of them are happy there. They don't like their lives there. They don't like the people there. They just really kind of want to go. And they're making plans to get out of town on Halloween night, of all times. So we follow them as they go on a date to a nice restaurant, the date that they had planned before, that got interrupted with Corey's bum stabbing. And while they're eating, this deputy, who's the ex-boyfriend, comes up and causes quite a bit of trouble for Corey and Allison, but Corey gets pretty tough with him and makes him leave. He takes Allison home and then heads out on his motorcycle, where he finds the deputy and leads him a merry chase and leads him to the bridge where we know, and Corey knows, but Deputy Dumbass doesn't know, Michael Myers is still hiding out. So Corey gets the deputy in there. Michael starts attempting to kill the deputy, but Michael's weak. He's in badass shape here, and the deputy's getting the better of him. But he does then manage to kill the deputy. But Michael's hurt, and he's lying down. So Corey reaches out to give him a hand up and helps him up, and they lock eyes, and then Corey grabs Michael by the neck and... Okay, here's the massive spoiler. Corey kills Michael fucking Myers, takes his mask, and is now the Shape. Corey then goes about murdering after the deputy. He murders the rest of the bullies that were bothering him. He leads them back to the garage where he was working. There's a whole fucking convoluted, them sneaking around, trying to get away, him picking them off one by one in Michael Myers fashion. He slaughters all of them. He goes home. He slaughters his parents. He gets the parents all locked up and displayed, and he displays other bodies. And so this is some time passes. I'm eliding some stuff here. We get to Halloween night, and Allison and Corey are supposed to leave. Allison has had a big falling out with Lori because Lori's figured out that there is shit wrong with Corey. She doesn't know how bad it is, but there is shit wrong with Corey. And she doesn't want Allison involved, but Allison's acting more like a teenager than an adult with, you can't tell me what to do, blah, 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 blah. And Allison storms out, and we move ahead. It's Halloween night. Allison's texting Corey, but he's not answering because he's busy murdering people. So she goes to his house, and she's waiting outside, and she's texting, and he doesn't answer, and she's texting, and he doesn't answer. So she goes up to the door, and the door's open. So she comes in, and she discovers dead bodies everywhere, and she freaks out. And then we cut to, finally, back to Lori. We've caught up with her a couple of times by now. We've seen her at the bar with her friend there. She went and saw Corey's parents when they were still alive, and that didn't go too well. But anyway, we see she's at home alone, and she's being watched by the new Shape, Corey, who now has replaced Michael Myers. So she is moving about the house, doing normal things, apparently unaware that he is stalking her, and he's gotten into the house. She makes it upstairs to her study, and she sits down where she's been writing her memoir that we discussed earlier, and she's looking over some pages and writing, and he's making his way there to kill her, presumably. But then, surprise, as he comes to the door, she has Loomis's gun pointed at him, because it's Laurie fucking Strode. She knows what the shit is all along. Now, at this point, we are at the conclusion of the movie. There are just a few pages left. I'm not going to tell you what the screenplay says in those few pages, and there are a few reasons for that. Reason number one was the person who smuggled this screenplay to me asked me not to reveal the ending. They said I could reveal anything I wanted, I could say anything I wanted, just please don't reveal the ending. And I take that very much to heart, but also it's probably not the ending. Here's the thing. There are a couple of different copies of the screenplay floating around, and they have very different endings. And there's been some reporting that David Gordon Green is actively changing the ending every few days. He either is not happy, cannot find an ending that makes him happy, or he just wants to make sure that no one knows what the ending is, so he's telling lies in the media and making sure that screenplays that get out there don't have the real ending. I will tell you the ending I read, honestly, I'm not excited. I said before, and I'll say again, directors don't film screenplays, they interpret screenplays, and the actors interpret, and everyone involved is doing stuff to interpret it. You start with the screenplay and you turn it into a movie. So what I'm reading on the page may not really give me the feel for what's on screen. I'll be seeing this movie as soon as it opens. I'll be there about the third row back from the screen, roughly the center, because that's where I sit. I'll have my nasty movie theater nachos and a big giant Coca-Cola, and I'll be ready to go. But if this is how they decided to end this trilogy, I think they're making a mistake. I think this is a resurrection level mistake, and it's a little depressing. So anyway, that's all you're going to get about Halloween Ends. I hope you enjoyed hearing it. So this is by far the longest episode we've ever done. We'll be back next week with an episode that will not be nearly this long, and hopefully will be fun for everybody involved. Until next time, this is Nate, and this is
Joey.
And for everybody else, we're signing off. Take it easy.